Welcome to Pay It Forward Friday. This is Kate from the Watertown Public Library. The concept of paying it forward is really doing good deeds out in the community and with the intention of, rather than getting repaid for that good deed, that person then goes forward and does good deeds for other people, and it just continues forward. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about how things are moving to virtual learning for this, at least the start of this year's school. And I know that's going to be a challenge for both teachers and students. And so I want to talk about some ways and some resources that can be used to help pay it forward during the school year to help make it a little bit easier on everyone. So really thinking about things that you can do at a distance to support your classmates, to support your teachers, to support administrators and people in the community that are all working together during this difficult time and struggling through the pandemic. This is a key time when people are really could benefit from paying it forward and supporting one another. So just a partial list of kind of some of the key communities that are particularly hard hit right now during the pandemic. And that, keeping in mind that these communities are definitely people who could use a helping hand or a positive note or offer of a listening ear. So kind of keeping that in mind as the school year starts and as you are out within the community. And that, during the time when people are struggling and there's a lot of fear, there's a tendency to place blame. And really, that's not going to help us to get through this pandemic. Blaming is really about the problem, not about the solution. So whenever you encounter that, try and shift the dialogue to focusing on what can we do that is a positive thing right now, until we're able to move forward and hopefully have a vaccine. Here are a list of some resources that I was able to pull together that are good resources for you, but also for people that that you may be providing support for in some way or another, and knowing that and finding out ways to maybe help them or be an ally for them and help them if they're struggling during this time. One of the things that I would encourage you to do during the school year is really try and find a way to thank your teachers, especially those who have taken time to really reach out to you, help you, try and support you. This is a very difficult shift in approach to teaching for the majority of our teachers, and they put in a ton of time to try and provide as much as they can, the best that they can for their students. So if there's a teacher who particularly has been good to you or you learned from and they could really use a thanks, a note of thanks, or a positive comment, or support if they're struggling with difficult students in some way, please provide that. They can definitely use that, and it goes a long way to helping them to have a positive attitude and be able to cope with all these changes during the school year. And likewise, please reach out to your fellow students if there's ways that you can help and provide support for them. I know that a lot of people are feeling very isolated, especially if you are stuck at home and are not able to leave during the day, or have a very limited access outside of your house. I know that there's lots of concerns about groups congregating, and as much as you'd love to see your friends, we certainly don't want you to get sick or to have exposed yourself to something that then could be passed on to somebody who's vulnerable. So think about ways that you can stay in touch with your friends, but doing it at a distance, and maybe think about who are some of your fellow students who maybe are really kind of on their own and could use a friend right now. Um, Keep that in mind and see if there's small ways that you can pay it forward as the school year goes on. And be an anti-racist ally. So, when you hear things that are not appropriate, calling people out on it in a positive way and trying to shift the dialogue and let people know that you are there to support them and that you have their back. And at the end of the day, at the end of the school year, at the end of our lives, it's really not about what we've accomplished. It's more about the impact that we've had on others and what we've been able to make better and lift up and what we've given back. Those are the things that are lasting and remembered and have the greatest impact. So, really think about the ways that we can be kind to one another during this difficult time so that we're able to come out of this better on the other side. Um, thank you again for joining us for Pay It Forward Fridays and for making an effort to put positive energy out into the world. We appreciate everything that you're doing. We hope that you have a great school year. Thanks for joining us.